What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, I have a very important midweek market update, so make sure you guys do stick around for the entire video. But as always, if you guys do find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alrighty, so today we did end up getting our FOMC minutes. To be honest with you guys, I didn't even look at the minutes. I don't know what they ended up saying. But from a technical standpoint, what's going to be very important for the remainder of the week, and the market's still open here for another 40 minutes. I just got to get ready to leave here in a little bit, so trying to get this video out for you guys. But the area that we want to watch is going to be this 410 all the way up to 410.3. This has been a massive area in the market. So if we take off VWAP and we just zoom out to a 1 hour time frame on SPY, you can see it was support over here, it was support over here, support here, support here, drop below it, but then reclaimed it again, support here, support here, support here, and then support so many times today. If we look at the 5-minute time frame, they were not able to hold price below 410, and as you see, price is now pumping to the upside. So that 410 to 410.3 is going to be a very big area on SPY for the remainder of the week. If we fall below it today, again, the market's still open for a little bit longer, then I will be looking for more downside. But zooming out to the higher time frames, the daily time frame, I do want to start taking a look at the overall macro view of the market. As we can see, price ended up pulling back pretty hard and we ended up gapping down overnight. Now, the key areas that we still want to watch is going to be this 21 EMA and this 34 EMA on the daily time frame. Reason being, we have a daily squeeze still going on. So let me pull up ES because it's going to be easier to look at. So looking at ES, as we see, we have this daily squeeze that price has been trading in since 425. So it's literally been a month as of tomorrow. What we want to see is, does price start closing below that 21 and 34 EMA? If price starts closing below there, then there's a good chance that this daily squeeze fires to the downside, and that could take us back down into these lows right here. But if price is able to reclaim and continue to hold this daily 21 and 34 EMA and continue to squeeze, then there is a good chance that that squeeze fires up and it takes us back into the highs up here. So from an overall higher time frame perspective, that 21 and 34 EMA plus the squeeze is going to be very important. So now heading back on over to SPY, maybe it ends up filling the gap today. Again, the market's still open for another 40 minutes. But if price is not able to fill this gap, I will be interested in the gap fill from 421.50 all the way up to 413.7 if that does come into play tomorrow. Now, if this were to be the bottom down here at this 409.86 area and price starts pushing back up, we can look for a reject this week at 415 to 415.3, 415 because that is psychological resistance, 415.3 because it's that 50% retracement, and then after that 416.58, 61.8% retracement. Now, if price really starts pulling and it actually slips below that 410, there is an area that I am going to be watching down at 409. But after that 409, we can test around that 405. But if price does start dropping below 409, if we start taking some fibs, I mean, it doesn't look like we really have any. We had this pivot low to pivot high, bounced off that 61.8, again, 410 to 410.3, bounced off that 61.8. So I mean, if we start slipping that 409 area, I don't have any good fibs until we start going way back here, taking pivot low, pivot high. Then we have another one, pivot low, pivot high. So those are going to be really deep pullbacks that we would want to keep on watch. And then, of course, this double bottom all the way down here at like this 403.75. So again, main areas as far as bounces are going to be 410 to 410.3, and then 409. After 409, that is where we can see more downside in the overall market, depending on if this gap is filled today. If not, I'm going to be watching it tomorrow and Friday, and then there's my rejects. So now heading on over to QQQ. So looking at QQQ, it got very close to bouncing off of this 61.8% retracement, but this is why it's very important to do your analysis on the futures as well as the ETFs, because as we see, NQ bounced right off that 61.8% retracement today. So if we go to a 5-minute time frame, look at what it did. Right off the 61.8, that was the exact bottom today. I gave you guys that level for completely free in my morning live stream, so make sure you guys tune in on the main channel, 8 a.m. Eastern time every single morning, Monday through Friday on the main channel, Brandon Trade. But if the NQ starts falling below 13,565, I'm going to be looking for a bounce, a higher probability bounce, because we do have a fib cluster down here at 13,500 all the way down to 13,490. And then if it slips that, we also have another Fib cluster way down here at 13,389 to 13,375. Now, again, we do have GDP tomorrow, which is going to be very important. If the market does react negatively to the GDP news, we could possibly come down here and test it, depending on how big the reaction is. But if this were to be the bottom before NQ starts bouncing, it could possibly come up and retest this high up here at 13,979.25. Now with QQQ, it looks like it's going to try to fill that gap today. If there is a gap to be filled tomorrow, I will be watching that, but it's getting pretty close and it might try to do it before the market closes. But then after that, I mean, it's pretty much a straight shot in the 334.42, which was the previous high. If you want, you can watch the 50 and 61.8 right here. It's going to be a little lower probability of a reject. But then after that, it's a straight shot back into the highs at 338.67. And then here are some other bounce areas that I'm going to keep on watch for QQQ. Again, sometimes with SPY, QQQ, and their futures, sometimes QQQ or SPY will react to the level. Sometimes the futures will react to the level. That's why I like to do my levels on both of them. But I will be watching 329.2, 327.33. And then we have a high probability bounce all the way down at 324.4. up to 324.6. But that is going to wrap up this midweek market update. So as always, if you guys did find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.